Alright, and we're back at it again. Now, we opened up this with the axe. Let's jump down. Oh, we're in a library. Ooh, got a match. Lots of different books. Oh, I should leave that for now, until I know what I'm doing with it. Just gonna check all these for items. Oh dear, this is rather dangerous. A shadow suddenly followed down. Locks the color black. Widow spider swept Elizabeth's face. The demon smiled beneath its eyelashes in stark contrast to Elizabeth's wide-eyed stare. The cat emitted a high-pitched scream, jumped, and ran away, snagging the dress in the process. Ah, darn it, not again. There was no way of knowing where to find it again. What? Who are you looking for? That fellow? I think you should refrain from spending time with that. It follows one around for no reason. It's quite serious and a bit fussy to boot. It threw a fit over the smallest thing. Best to stay far away from it if you don't want needless drama. The demon cocked its head and nattered away incessantly. But it's the only thing here that helps me. What's that you say? No one here will help you? But I can help you if you want. You only have to ask. You want this, right? The shiny thing was revealed to be a key when the demon plucked it. Here you go. The key was brought next to Elizabeth's face with a surprising straightforwardness. This sudden gesture of kindness actually made her feel uneasy. I can get it myself, Elizabeth said, as she withdrew her hand, to which the demon raised an eyebrow. Those purple lips smirked, and it didn't move back to give Elizabeth any space. All right then, get it yourself. The key flew back up atop. From 1 make 10. Abandoned 4, 5, and 6. Wonder if this is a clue for something. Alright, so we have to get up there somehow. Astrology and life. The Wheel of Fortune is a practically unique tarot card. A wheel comprised of 3 concentric circles hangs in the middle of the card. The innermost one represents creativity, the middle one symbolizes the force of being, and the outermost one standing for the physical world. There are no symbols on the smallest ring, as creative potential is infinite. Okay. Desvigan. I visited the hospital again, and so did he. He called himself the doctor's research partner, but he seemed very unwelcome. I've seen how he interacts with Margaret, and it's the first time I've seen her smile so happily at someone else. Although I'm loath to admit it, but perhaps he is better suited to keep her company than I am. Please respond to her love and kind, I implored him. Margaret is willing to meet me. It seems that she isolated herself after she was forbidden to meet him. After all, she is one of the research sponsors. His target is a doctor in me. His target is the doctor in me. Anyone could see that. Strange noises are emitted from the laboratory at night. Are there rats in this establishment? The weather has deteriorated so much that the trains have stopped running. It is my first night here. One short night has been enough to change my mind about this place. How does Margaret endure such a sinister place night after night? He left after giving me the key to the cellar. I have no idea where he went after he left. The wind and snow show no sign of stopping. Strange chattering sounds mixed with the winter wind are coming from downstairs. I will sneak down for a peek when the doctor returns to his room. Can't reach it with that. Alright, so I'll need to find someone to reach that for me. A scene that has been seen before somewhere. Alright, let me just... The Wuppertal Sanatorium was founded in 1930 and sits in a picturesque mountain valley. providing a place of respite in the rural countryside that lacked medical facilities. It has recently garnered plans to leverage the government's subsidies in order to expand. Hospital director Diane Wagner is a scientist. When her brethren were troubled by the country's unrest, she noticed where the nation's true weakness lay and decided to throw herself into medicine. Being cured isn't a matter to be ashamed of. The hospital director advertised that facing problems head on was the most effective cure. The doors to the Garden of Hope would forever be open to patients in need. Okay. He came to visit the mayor's poor daughter. I don't know when they met each other. This is really quite dubious. Is he here to expose me, or to take away my benefactor? I know he's not interested in her. It's plain to see who he's really looking at. I had to say, the triplets were house imps after Margaret accidentally saw them. I had to say the triplets were house imps after Margaret accidentally saw them. Snow come down hard and cover the tracks. But I'm running out of materials. This is getting quite alarming. The mayor's eyes will be staying the night. Must lock the door. A well-worn, dusty journal sits on the table. A fountain pen sits between two of the pages. A bullet pointed list starts at the top, but stains have covered a lot of the words. The first couple lines are crossed out for some reason. Public hospital blood supply is running low. Opportunity to lure back customers. 7 pints, 10 pints. Kidney, liver, discard. Other than heart. Cornea. Okay. Margaret. Flowers who bloomed at her side. Confess to her for me. Give her my wishes. Tell her she is lovely. That night and day my heart pines for her, pines for love of her. Reveal to her soul the secret of my flame. Let it breathe out with you sweetest fragrances. Speak for me. May she be acquainted with the passion she has roused, and of which my troubled heart has not breathed the word. Gaunod, Faust, the Flower Song. So did I just get axed in the back of the head? And the cat is back. What are you doing here? Elizabeth bent down, but the cat didn't run away, as she expected it to. Ah, yes. This is for you, she said. She took out the bracelet from her pocket, wiped off the dust on the bell, and gently put it on the cat. A key with a label. Data room. Where was the data room again? But before that, let's jump down here again. Okay, so this is more where I expected to be. Bloody footprints though, and a crack in the wall. Let's open it up. Go in. Beware of the deep hole. So I'll have to come back here a little later. If I remember right, the data room was on the second floor. In this room. A piece of yellowed mail and an envelope with quite neat and orderly handwriting on it. Mr. Valentine, how are you? My apologies for the fact I am the one responding on Margaret's behalf after such a long period of time. There were simply too many things to be handled here, and the situation has only become stable recently. It's now the most charming season, springtime. The snow has melted, and the temperature has risen, back up to a more tolerable range. Dr. Wagner disappeared into the blizzard. I trust that you've read about it in the papers. We still haven't given up hope on waiting and hoping that you'll also pray for her return. But please don't worry. The person that we mentioned to you in the previous letters is here. The situation here is quite good as of now. So is Margaret. So please be at ease. Don't try and find us. Margaret doesn't wish to see you. The weather of early spring is quite erratic. So please take care of yourself. That doesn't sound right. I got an umbrella. The cat tried to use its front paws to reach the bottom of the space, but it didn't fit. So I need to put a book here. Paper scraps with crayon drawings. A birdcage. A blue bird of happiness. There was a kind brother and sister duo in an unfortunate family. After an unfortunate Christmas, on a sad evening, the witch told them that there was a blue bird in a faraway kingdom that'd bring them happiness. Thus, they took with them their burdens and set foot on their journey, leaving the unfortunate family. How to create a golem. Most believe that creating a golem starts by creating a human shape out of clay and writing the Hebrew word emeth, truth, on its forehead. The golem will wake and start to move, and return to dust if the word on its head is changed to meth, death. Freud postulated that nightmares are the manifestation of one's desires, but that these desires materialize on multiple levels, and sometimes even take form in an opposite direction. However, no one would agree that the only function of dreams is to fulfill desires. Does someone dream of being chased by a killer, secretly wish to be murdered? Freud would say yes, because all dreams exist to fulfill desire. Then continue to heat and add fresh blood. A small person will be born inside the flask. They appear the same as human children, but need to be fed each month. Homunculus is literally little person, from Latin. Different methods of creation are noted in different records. Mixing human blood and dew in a mercury flask, refining it for a month. Maintaining it in constant temperature of a horse's wound, the mass of matter would slowly form into blood vessels and nerves. Oh, I got a long match. Fragment torn from the mail. The handwritten was smudged from the humidity and was difficult to make out. I cleaned the house. I wiped out everything quite cleanly, no matter whether it was the furniture, walls, railing, carpet, or that axe. It was a pity, but I also threw away my most beloved bracelet. Although I'd washed it multiple times, I still felt that it was unclean. I actually hadn't verified the significance of Margaret's name appearing in that register of names. Perhaps it wasn't as I thought, but the me at that time was unable to think properly. I knew that it wasn't my fault. It'd be fine if I just told everyone the truth. Someone would have naturally come to pick this place up. But what about Margaret? Did she know, yet still sponsor this business? Was she helping the doctor? Would she be taken away? I couldn't say a word when I thought of this. I told that person my thoughts. Please think of something, I pleaded with him. So I got a long match. I should be able to light that one candelabra. This one. So I think what's going on is, in this chapter there was some organ harvesting going on. Alright. The carpet ate up the sound of Elizabeth's footsteps. It was so quiet that one wasn't even sure if time was really flowing. The light spilled into the room from behind and was then reflected back. She turned and for a split second thought she was staring at a mirror. The person's back was facing the candlelight, and the face was encased in a large brimmed hat. But she could still clearly see that the lifeless face looked exactly like hers, a starkly white reflection on the glass. The only difference was that the other had no expression. Get out. What are you doing here? Get out. There was no tonal inflections as the person drifted past in the dark. She was caught by the cold, hard gaze, and for reasons unknown, couldn't even get a word out. She didn't know why, but something was pressing down on her so hard that she could barely breathe. The gray and blue figure suddenly turned. Soundless footsteps padded out of the room, as if the person had never seen Elizabeth before. There was a keyhole above the mirror frame. An almost open eye engraved onto the top of the keyhole. What? So I don't think there's anything else in this room. What's that sound? So I've got an umbrella, and a shovel, an eye, and a gem. So that key didn't work. was... So it's a small key that says right hand. What if it was for the door in the kitchen here? A pig's tail poked out. I found one of them. He stirred up clouds of dust as he ran out with a panicked yell. So I found one of them. Fresh flowers covered in small bugs. Alright. All right. Damn it. I just lit that match. Just gonna check down here quick. Okay, right hand. What does that go to? They gotta be somewhere, right? Oh. He actually scared Elizabeth when he jumped. Alright, let's see. There's gotta be something else here. So then that should open the door on the sun side, right? It was raining despite the presence of a roof. Best to get out of the rain. Alright, so is this some sort of map? Okay. Construction notice. Nursing home operations are halted as of today, and this building is being re-registered as a residence. All employees are dismissed effective immediately. The caretaker's room on the third floor will be preserved, however. The doctor's lounge will be demolished. All medicine will be destroyed within the week. The wards on the first floor will be renovated into a library. The children's rooms will be moved to the second floor. The basement is to be sealed off. Construction workers are allowed access until the end of the month. Items of note. Fix the crack on the wall of the left corridor on the first floor. Clean the drainage hole in the bathroom. Check the pink carpet on the third floor. Okay. So... let's go this way. Oh, who's this? Chapter 2. The Bluebird. Thank goodness, it looks like a man, Elizabeth thought as she gazed upon him. As if disturbed by the footsteps, the crumpled finger wrinkled its brow and slowly opened his eyes. He suddenly sprang up. He stared fixedly into the distance with his bloodshot eyes, a dark flush slowly suffusing the wan pallor of his face. Damn it, what am I doing here? The figure abruptly looked at her as she was debating whether or not to speak up. Who are you? This isn't a place for children. Eyes rimmed with sleeplessness stared at her. Although his starched uniform was damp from the rain, he merely brushed at his trousers, absent-mindedly, and stood up. Darn it, where is she? Oh, my head. I remember. It was in this direction, he exclaimed, murmuring, stood out in stark contrast to his pinched face as he patted Elizabeth's head. I'm sorry, I'm in a rush. Hurry back home, all right? He ran off without looking back. Oh, what was that? A key. Forgotten key. Let's see. A total of 9 turns are needed. First to the right. 3 total turns to the left. Turns to the right, Decrease by 1 each time. Turns to the left are always preceded by multiple turns to the right until the final left turn. There's a slot on the table. There's a pond with logs floating in it. Well, there's the guy. So I need to stop the water somehow, I think. I don't have anything to put in that table. So let's head back this way. And I think that's going to be it for right now. See you guys later.